Adam reporting here live. Here we are at the parade. There are lots of people wearing like little birdie woman here. Isn't she weird? Now would you look at this weird picture? Currently his mouth moves as much as his face.
Minions, I love minions.
Sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, and kids and sisters.
And it's Mr.
If I could get all the kids with headdresses, we're going to have you guys and your parents come out in the street and get in line right out here.
Well, it looks like we're on. We're about to move, and it could possibly be worse. Hi, Levi. And this is my friend, Levi. Seriously, he is, even though it's short. And here are some birds. I want to know, it's Mr. Woodpecker himself.
Oh!
And here's Mrs. Big Bird Face. Stay tuned for more. And apparently the parade has just started. We'll to listen to that music. Mostly cymbals and drums though, but it's slightly annoying. Now let's check this out. It's Dancing Woodpecker. Look at that, is he ever gonna put it? Whoa, look at that, it's a horse. Whoa, it's a whole family of birds. We have some bike lanes. Several more bikes. Oh, and there's even a snail. Let's zoom in. Oh, and here it goes!
Are these wild students from Sisters Elementary School under the direction of Clay Warburton, our elementary school coordinator for my own two hands. Provided by the Sisters High School Percussion Ensemble under the direction of Mr. Jody Henderson, the jazz and instrumental music director at both the Sisters Middle School and the Sisters High School. Thank you, Mr. Henderson, for all you do for our kids and the community. Let's take a listen.
Look at the rest of the parade, shall we? I'll move along backwards.
These are the wild students under the direction of Clay Warburton. The headdress project was led by nationally recognized arts education trainer Annie Painter. And these teachers were Mrs. Camrith, Mrs. Stengel, Mrs. Fiedler, Mr. Hewitt, and Mrs. Blaylock. How about a hand for these kids? Look at those masks, huh?
I'd say so.
Kit Stafford led Ms. Walsh, Mrs. Perry, and Mrs. Cole in making Asian fish kites project. Christina Acosta, helped by Mrs. Ritchie, Ms. Bowens, Mrs. Small, and Mrs. Hughes, make bodyboards that display many colors using a double brush technique. And lastly, Debbie Fisher, the mastermind behind the mask projects this year, led Mrs. Sweeten, Mrs. Powell, Mr. Albertson, and Mr. Warburton in mask making. Let's have a big hand for the students of Sisters Elementary, and a big thank you to Mr. Warburton and Ms. Stafford for their work in coordinating these great projects.
And we have a few space dancers. Now let's go back with the other group. I am Douglas What's Your Face reporting live on the scene. Goodbye!
Harding.